All right, we are recording. So welcome to our webinar tonight, Transform Your Skincare Routine with Essential Oils. My name is Kristen Raza, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite essential oils for skincare. And I'm going to tell you why it's become important to me, a couple of reasons. And as I was getting the information together, there are so many directions that we could take with this. There are so many things that I would like to share with you. However, I'm going to really try to keep it to essential oils. I will mention a couple of products at the end, but I want to try to stay focused on essential oils and the incredible things that essential oils can do for your skin. And the reason that I also love essential oils is because they're safe, effective, and affordable. So every oil that I share tonight has many, many uses beyond skincare. But since skincare is our topic of tonight, that's where we'll be having our main focus. But I will share a couple of other ways that I like to use these oils because they are multi-purpose. So, couple things before we get started. This is being recorded, and so you will receive the recording tomorrow, probably the next day or two, and you can re-listen to it, you can share it with people. We had quite a few people, I think maybe 25 or 30 people register, and I know oftentimes people are registering so they can listen to it later at their convenience and they don't come on live. But if you happen to be on the call live, and you can ask questions in the chat box. So if you're new to Zoom, you can see, it should be on the footer of your screen, and you'll see chat, and you can throw a question in there if you have a question as we go along. And I'll be checking the chat box throughout. Also, I want to preface that I'm not an esthetician, so I'm not going to go deep in, the science of skin. I'm really focusing on essential oils tonight. Also, I want to preface that the oils that I'm talking about this evening are doTERRA oils. That is the essential oil company that I use. I also work with doTERRA as well. I'm a leader in doTERRA, building a business. And even if I were not building a business in doTERRA, that would be the oil I would go to for skincare or all of the various things that I use essential oils for in my life, because they are the #1 essential oil company on the planet with the most tested and most trusted oils. So I know that I can feel safe because of the quality. So they are tested more extensively than any other oil, and they are also tested by third parties. So I feel confident using doTERRA. Even if I were not involved in the business tomorrow, I would still trust this product. And since there is no FDA regulation on essential oils, you can purchase an oil in Amazon, from Amazon and Whole Foods, Walmart, wherever. Please don't, though. Please don't. Even a doTERRA oil on Amazon, it's really been shown that many of the times they've been adulterated because there are no verified sellers on Amazon for oils. So any oil company can put on their label certified, organic, pure, whatever, but do your homework. So that's my little disclaimer to start. What I'm talking about today is doTERRA essential oils because they are certified pure, therapeutic grade, and I've done my homework on that, so I know I can trust them. So you're all here today, hopefully because you want to improve your skin, you want to use healthier, more natural products, and you want to perhaps simplify and use natural ingredients in the best way possible. And essential oils can do that, and they are so much more than just nice smelling aromas. They're plant compounds that have active healing properties that work with your body's chemistry. So we're going back to nature here. We're going back to plants. And my goal, my intention for tonight is to give you some information and some confidence so you can effectively navigate through the hundreds of different oils that are available to you and help you find the best combination to nourish your skin type. Our skin is a mirror of what's going on inside our body. So truly, if we wanted to go deep into skincare and talk on a really scientific level, we'd want to get into what's going on in our gut health, because if some things are off on our gut health, it's going to express itself on our skin. So our skin is a mirror of what's going on inside of our body. And also, our skin is our largest organ. So everything that we put on our skin gets absorbed in, and it goes into our bloodstream. It makes its way to our organs, etc. So it's very important to know what we're putting on our skin. So why do I care about that? Well, on a superficial level, I'm in my 50s now, and I didn't really pay that much attention to skincare for many years. I think, you know, in my like high school, college years, I was washing my face with Noxzema, and then who knows what else. And I don't even think I really had a moisturizer cross my path for a decade or two. So of course there's that aspect of it. But also about 5 years ago now, I had an unidentifiable gelatinous mass that was wrapped around my ovaries, wrapped around my colon, embedded through my pelvis, down my leg, and wrapped around nerves and veins in my leg. Crazy thing, but no one was able to figure out what it was. Fortunately, it was benign. And that really caused me like almost 2 years of surgeries and pain and all kinds of stuff. And what was so perplexing to me is that I had a lot of very healthy habits. At the time, I owned a fitness business, and I was eating pretty healthy and doing a lot of good things for my health. And I was really perplexed, like, how could this happen to me when I have all these healthy habits? And then when I began to learn about many of the chemicals that are just surrounding us in our skincare, in our cleaning products, in our food, it really got me thinking that, you know, there could be more to this, contributing to ailments and disease from the chemicals that are around us. So that kind of got me thinking. And when I was introduced to essential oils, I just really wanted to know more. So let's move along. So I'm not really going to dive too far into a history of essential oils, but just know that they've been used by many cultures around the world for centuries, for cosmetology reasons, for perfume, incense, ointments. In Chinese culture, it was used, and still is a useful practice in the Eastern medicine today. Greeks were using them for tinctures and ointments, and myrrh was especially very prevalent with the Greeks, bringing it into wartime for infections and wounds and that kind of thing. So for thousands of years, people have been using essential oils. It's not new, but it is getting into more vogue today. It's getting very popular. It's kind of making a comeback. We're going back to natural things, back to nature and the earth. All right, so I'm going to just make a quick. Oh, Cleopatra. Absolutely. Cleopatra also used essential oils. And again, you can put anything in the chat, and I've got my fabulous friend Beth on the chat who just commented on Cleopatra, and she is an esthetician. So if you have specific skin questions, you could ask them. I'll talk about oils, and she can answer any of your skin questions. So let's first take a little side view. I'm going to make my own screen a little bit smaller here. There I am, so you can see the slide. I'll come back later and be bigger on the screen. So pick up any drugstore acne medication or skincare, and you will probably see some words that you can't pronounce on the ingredients list and that are very harsh for your skin, and probably actually create the opposite effect of what you're looking for. So one of the things that I learned when I first started diving into the fact that, you know, skin is our largest organ, and that's going to affect what's going on inside our body, like strange gelatinous tumors growing, is that there are over 1,300. Last time I looked this up, it was 1,328. I don't know, that was probably from last year, but over 1,300 chemicals that are banned in Europe. Banned. And in the United States, anybody want to take a guess? You can drop it in the chat. How many of those 1,328 chemicals that are banned in Europe are also banned in the United States? I'll give you a second if anyone wants to throw that out. Oh, somebody has a guess. Let's see. 15. Huh, very good. Yeah, very close. It is 11, last I checked, 11 ingredients. And Jen pointed out something that is on my list to talk about. That is the EWC, the Environmental Working Group. And that is a website you can go to, I believe it's EWG, I meant to say, EWG, Environmental Working Group. That organization is a great place to look up and do research on your products. You can find out what their rating is, and they also have lots of other great information. Environmental Working Group, check it out as one of your resources. So a couple of the things that are found in a lot of skincare right now. One is sodium lauryl sulfate. It's found in body wash, a lot of foundation and face wash, but it's actually been shown to cause skin irritation, canker sores, and also can disrupt the natural oil of your skin. So it's in a lot of products, but it's believed to be a contributor and a significant contributor to acne. Parabens, that's another one. You're seeing more and more paraben-free things, but not enough, are found in moisturizers, in self-tanning products, and a lot of other cosmetics. But unfortunately, parabens mimic estrogen, which has been linked to breast cancer, skin cancer, decreased sperm count, things like that. Triclosan, or triclosan, I've heard it pronounced both ways, is very common in hand sanitizers, in deodorant, in toothpaste, and that is a hormone disruptor. And it also weakens our immune system. So we can begin as simply as looking at our products if we are getting sick a lot, right? Or if our skin is breaking out a lot. Which other ones did I want to mention? Phthalates affect the neurodevelopment of our children. So we're using products that have chemicals on our kids. We definitely do not want to be doing that. And another thing with disrupting, it's also an endocrine disruptor. That's what I wanted to mention. An endocrine system is like the hotbed of our hormones. And when we disrupt the endocrine system with these chemicals, we are also affecting our sleep, our metabolism, our moods. It's very connected to your emotions. So if you are struggling with things like that, with sleep, emotions, with your metabolism, chemicals are a first course of action where you might want to check out what is going on there. All right, so I've already mentioned a little bit about that not all essential oils are created equal. And that means there's a lot of cheap and ineffective products out there that you want to avoid. So just be sure that you're doing your research on that. And one of the ways that I always recommend people do, tell if an oil is pure, is most oils can actually be ingested. We're not really going to discuss that tonight because it's not relative to skincare so much. But if you are using something like a lemon or a peppermint or an orange or even a lavender, most oils can be ingested. So if you look at your label and it's not able to be used internally, then it's not a pure oil. There's something else in there. It might not be adulterated, but it could be contaminated. There's adulteration and contamination are both very, very rampant in the essential oil world. All right, so not all oils are really ideal for the skin. So your citruses, for example, you do not want to put citrus oil on your face and go out into the sun. They are photosensitive. So any citrus oil, you want to put it, if you're putting it on your skin, you want to put it in a place where it's not going to be exposed to the sun. So that's very important. And then there are some oils that are just very, very hot, what we would call hot oils. I am going to mention one that can be used on the skin tonight, but in general, certain very potent oils, like peppermint is very strong and sharp, and some people may not want to put that on their skin. If you have super dry skin, it might sting a little bit, it might hurt, and so it's probably not going to do that much for your skin if it's burning you. But you always want to do a little research before you go start applying things to your skin. And yeah, so we want to make sure that that is something that you look into. Always do your research. So carrier oils, we're going to talk briefly about carrier oils. Carrier oil is a plant or seed oil that can basically carry an oil in order to make it safe and non-irritating for topical use. Now, I do personally use a lot of oils neat on my skin, but I always recommend that people use a carrier oil. And one carrier oil that you can use is jojoba oil. It's not going to clog your pores, and it has some properties that are similar to your skin's natural oils that you make. Shea butter is another great carrier oil. It's very thick texture, and so it's great if you have really dry patches of skin, and it's a great carrier for essential oils as well. My personal favorite is fractionated coconut oil, which there we go, which I do get from doTERRA. Fractionated coconut oil is basically coconut oil that the fat has been taken out of, and so it's in a liquidy form. And I would put a little bit of this oil in my hand, and then just a couple of drops of the essential oil. Less is more when it comes to essential oils. You do not have to load up on it, right? So that's important. And I actually use the carrier oil on its own as well. I use it to take makeup off, or I'll use it, you know, if it's a frizzy hair day. So I use this as a moisturizer as well. So put a little bit of this in my hand, and then choose an essential oil, let's say lavender. It can smell like something different every day, and use that as my moisturizer when I get out of the shower. So speaking of lavender, let's start off with that. Lavender, very popular. When I ask people if they know about essential oils, the one that everybody seems to be familiar with is lavender. And it is calming and soothing, right? You may know of lavender as being very relaxing, calming, soothing. It's great if someone has anxiety, but you want to think of that same calming, soothing property for your skin. So lavender is extremely gentle. You can use it directly on your skin, actually, or you can use your fingertip to apply it, or you can use a cotton swab to apply it. And it's great to relieve skin irritation. So whether it's a bug bite or sunburn or hives or ingrown hair, lavender will work to help fight inflammation. It's great also to soothe and fight acne, or for acne scars as well. And because it is antibacterial, it has antibacterial properties and moisturizing properties, it's perfect for refreshing, for healing, and for controlling excess oil production. So one tip that I heard from one of our leaders who is a cosmetologist is she takes a little drop of lavender oil and she combines it with our doTERRA hydrating cream when she's particularly tired, and it's a great to put around the eyes. So she combines the hydrating cream with a drop of lavender and uses that to kind of refresh her eyes so she doesn't look tired. Now, lavender is also one that I love to have in the kitchen for burns. So if you burn your skin, which I made the mistake a couple weeks ago of going to take the very, very, very hot handle of a pan that my husband had put there, and I didn't realize it was hot, and I like really yelped, and I grabbed the lavender, I put it on my hand, no mark whatsoever. So it just worked instantly, which is what I love about oils too. They can work just so fast. So in 10 seconds, they go into the bloodstream. In 30 minutes, they have a collective cellular response in your body. So just a little bit on the skin, 10 seconds is all you really need, and it's in there. So let's move on to geranium oil. Oh, did I pull that one out? Yeah, I pulled out a bunch of them so I can smell them. If you have them at home, grab your geranium. So this was used by the Egyptians for really promoting beautiful and radiant skin. And geranium is also now used to treat acne. It's used to reduce inflammation, and it's also used to reduce wrinkles. It's used in a lot of products in the dermatology world, and it also has some ability to tighten facial skin and the effects of aging, which when we all love a little bit of that. So you can apply a few drops of geranium to your facial lotion. Again, if you're using a lotion that's full of chemicals, that kind of defeats the purpose. So you want to use something that's going to be natural. And I will mention briefly our skincare collections at the end, and geranium is a very common ingredient in many of our skincare products. Let me just check the chat here. Oh, love you too. So geranium is antibacterial and antifungal. And so it's great to protect the body against infection as well. And if you have something like athlete's foot going on, you're going to grab your geranium. If you've got a wound, you can add a little bit of coconut oil and put it on the wound. If you've got athlete's foot, you can put a couple of drops of geranium in a foot bath with some sea salt, and you can treat it that way. You know, the body really, we always preface our classes with the body heals itself. The oils just help the body go into that state of healing itself. So the one thing that I would keep in mind with geranium, it is pretty potent. So you want to use moderation when you're applying it, and you also want to use a carrier oil. And it is, if you like your floral scents, this is a good one for you. It is definitely very, very floral. So I like it in the bathtub, to be honest, and like to put a few drops there. And I really do enjoy the floral scent, but you know, less is more when it comes to that, and especially with geranium. And I'll also mention, although we're focusing on skincare, every oil has an emotional component to it. And that's another thing that I really love about essential oils is the emotional benefits. So I'm not going to go into the emotional benefits of all these oils tonight. That's a whole other class, but I do want to highlight geranium because it is the oil of love and trust. So that's why it's such a beautiful addition to the bathtub or when you get out of the shower, because it's really giving yourself just some love for your body. And, you know, so many of us are very hard on ourselves when we talk about our bodies, and this is just a way to give yourself some love. Next month, actually, I think we'll do a whole webinar on self-care and all these different self-love things that we can do for ourselves. All right, tea tree oil, or Melaleuca, is a must-have for your bathroom cabinet. It's magical on breakouts, pimples, blackheads, and any, you know, irritations on skin. It's a natural astringent. So it's not going to dry your skin out like harsh chemicals will, that are in a lot of the drugstore acne products. And it's also antifungal and antiseptic. So in a pinch, you could clean a wound with it, or you can sanitize something. You could just add a couple of drops to a cotton swab. I picked this one out today because, as you may have noticed, I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger for a moment. The oils generally, well, the oils come in these bottles like this, pure oil, but we do have some oils that come in a touch roller bottle like this. So you can see it's a little bit different way that they come. And when it comes in a touch roller bottle, it is already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So I picked a few of these out for our skincare conversation because I love just taking that and, you know, you can just rub it right on. It's already got the coconut oil in there, and so it's safe and effective and really easy to use it like that. So you can use an oil straight, or you can use in the roller ball, and you can see there's just like a little roller thing on there. I'm not a huge fan of the smell of tea tree Melaleuca oil, so I'm not going to go rolling that on my face right now. But we'll show some others as we go along. So It's also one, if you have it in the, not in the rollerball form, but in the regular bottle, that is great to add to your shampoo if you've got any dandruff issues. So a couple of drops for that, really helpful. And yeah, that's a good one for the hair as well. So it might be a little strong for some people for this skin type. So you could also mix it with some lavender as well. And it's going to help increase the blood while also the blood flow while also reducing the inflammation. So the lavender is going to dial back that irritation a little bit. And this mixture, the tea tree and the lavender, are great for things like sunburn or ingrown hair or shave irritation from shaving. So if you want to use that as like a post-shaving option. The beautiful rose oil. Love, love, love rose. So our rose oil with doTERRA is only available in the roller ball with the dilution of fractionated coconut oil. And basically that's because it is so precious. I believe if we had a small bottle like this, it's something like 65,000 rose petals to make a 5 ml bottle. And so it is a little bit on the more, you know, the pricier end with oils, because it takes so many rose petals to create a pure oil. If you have other, if you have a rose essential oil from another company that you might have at home, chances are, unless you paid a lot of money for it, it probably says Rose Absolute, which is not the same as the pure rose oil. So this is a very popular skin treatment and in Eastern Europe, and it's used to moisturize and soothe the skin. So it can be used on all types of skin. It's a great one for sensitive skin if that's you, but a little goes a long way again. And the best way to use it is you could pop this open and put it into a spritzer bottle, and you could spritz it with some distilled water, filtered water, or even witch hazel. And you can just spritz that on your face. I do just like go ahead and like give myself a little swipe of that. I do love the scent of it. And it is the highest vibrational oil. So this is one that I like to just put a little bit on my heart center. Sometimes I'll do that maybe before meditating or something like that. So not only is it good for my skin, but it's a very high vibrational oil. So if you are, you know, wanting to raise your vibration, or you're trying to manifest something, rose oil would be a great one to also add. And it's very emotionally uplifting as well. Then, of course, we have the king of oils, frankincense. Frankincense, Frank, the favorite king of oils here. And I have it handy here in both the 15 ml bottle and the roller bottle, the 10 ml roller bottle. It's great for combination oily skin or dry skin, so no matter what your situation is. And I just do it like that too, and I just rub it in. So this is great for any dark spots. If you have any sun damage, or you have age spots, anything like that, or healing wounds, frankincense is wonderful. It has anti-inflammatory and astringent properties, and it is also a very common ingredient in almost all of our skincare products. You're going to get some frankincense. So that is definitely one to, if you've got any skin damage at all, start using the frankincense. And then we're going to move on to Helichrysum. So this one is not as well known. You can see the beautiful Helichrysum yellow flowers. I'm gonna hydrate. Hydration is actually key for skin care as well, but you guys already know that, I'm sure. So Helichrysum is great for healing scars and for stimulating cell growth. This is a super powerful oil, folks. It is antimicrobial, it is antibacterial, it is anti-inflammatory. It's great for treating acne scars, and it's been used for thousands of years. So it's medicinal in many, many countries, a medicinal choice, and it's great for healing things like hives or redness or blemishes or shaving irritation, anything like that. So you can add a drop, again, less is more, and this is definitely one of the most powerful, potent oils that, that you can use on skin issues. Lemongrass. So I see my lemongrass. This oil, this is a stimulating oil, and it acts as an astringent while reducing inflammation. It's great for balancing the oil production in your skin. It's antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial, and it can be a little bit harsher than other oils, so just use it sparingly. You could distill a few drops with some filtered water, and you can make a facial mist or a toner, and that's going to help to control excess oils. Lemongrass, you can think of, is the oil of cleansing. So when we think cleansing, that goes like across the board. It can be cleansing in terms of your skin, and it can be cleansing in terms of your environment. It's something that I would diffuse if I were cleaning out my closets, or I really wanted to get into like a clearing and cleansing mode. I had someone contact me today who was talking about saging her home, and I said, diffuse some lemongrass, because that is really great for clearing out and just clearing energy that you want to get rid of, anything like that. Myrrh. Oh, I didn't grab the myrrh. So historically, well, first of all, it was brought to the Christ child, frankincense and myrrh, and it's used historically to treat wounds and infections, but it's also another great one for athlete's foot, or things like ringworm or acne. And it can actually even hold its own against staph infection. Its antibacterial properties are really amplified when you combine it with frankincense. So frankincense is like your, what's the word I'm trying to think? It just like it elevates anything. So anything you put on, if you put some frankincense over it, it increases the potency. It actually just kind of like amplifies. That's the word I'm looking for. It amplifies everything. So a little myrrh and a little frankincense on top really can amplify it. But it can be something as minor as a cut or a scrape, or also like chapped or cracked patches of skin. Myrrh is going to be what you want to grab for that. So some cracked skin or chapped skin or dry patches of skin, myrrh would be a great choice. Chamomile, our beautiful Roman chamomile. Just like you drink a chamomile tea for relaxing, you can use chamomile oil to calm and soothe your skin in just a few seconds, right? It's also incredibly anti-inflammatory, and that is a very popular one for people who have rosacea. You're going to try your chamomile. It's extremely gentle, and that's why it's also a popular one for children, for people using oils for their children, and also elderly folks. You can't go wrong with your chamomile. It's just a super, super gentle oil. Opposite of gentle oil is our oregano. So let me put a few disclaimers or cautions on oregano. Oregano is a very hot oil. It's definitely a super versatile herbal oil, and it is a powerful antifungal and antiseptic. It's another one for things like athlete's foot or psoriasis, eczema, rashes, things like that. It is able to kill a wide range of organisms like yeast and bacteria, but it is pretty harsh, right? So you can use it to provide instant relief for things like burns or bites or stings, but depending on your personal skin sensitivity, you really will want to use your carrier oil. So you're going to mix it with a little coconut oil and apply it that way. I don't recommend using it directly on the skin, except, and even in this case, you may try a carrier oil. One popular use for oregano is removing skin tags. So there's little skin tags that you can get, putting a drop, and again, you're just going to use one drop and put it right on the skin tag and do that over a series of days, and it will eventually fall off. What you don't want to do is sprinkle a lot of oregano and then like rub it around the area where the skin tag is. That's going to be excessive. That's going to be too much. You don't need that. Less is more. All right, ylang ylang. And some people say along along, but we'll say ylang ylang. This beautiful oil is great for balancing excess oil production in your skin. So it's also a really good one for combination skin. It is also in many of our skincare products. It has antiseptic properties, and so it's good for acne and also small wounds. And you can put a couple in your moisturizer, a couple of drops, or you can make a little DIY facial toner by using that with some rose water and then mist it on your face. So it's one that's also very good for adding to your hair. So you could add a drop to your conditioner, especially when you want to get your ends of your hair, if they're dry or, you know, split ends or frayed. A little bit of ylang ylang, tomato, I don't know, in your conditioner, or if you're using, so we have a product called Root to Tip Serum. So in that serum, that's a product I would put a little ylang ylang in for the ends of my hair. And it is another, if you're not familiar with it, it is another very, very powerful floral oil. Like if you slathered yourself with geranium and ylang ylang, you would be like a whole field of flowers, if that's what you would like. So clary sage, beautiful. That's another one it's anti-inflammatory. It's going to zap any pimples without interrupting your skin's natural oil production. And it's going to really help keep your skin feeling and looking healthy. So one way you can make a little toner with this is to take some aloe vera and filtered water and add a couple of drops of your clary sage oil, and that's going to wake up the skin and also strengthen your skin. So you can use this also for a little moisturizer with some fractionated coconut oil to basically hydrate your skin and cleanse your skin without clogging your pores. Another one, this is another one that's very good for the scalp, for healthy hair. So this one, you would put it really more on your scalp rather than the ends. You can get some clary sage there. Ooh, yeah. Yarrow oil. So yarrow is one of the most powerful natural astringents, and it can actually tighten the skin while promoting skin healing. And it's very helpful for people who suffer from oily skin, from acne, and from scarring. And it's anti-inflammatory by nature, as you're hearing that many or most of these oils are. It's great for treating redness. It's great for swelling, rosacea, eczema, anything like that. Our yarrow oil is actually combined with pomegranate. So it's yarrow pom. And I'm going to just switch over. Someone's got a question in the chat. Oh, Marianne says she loves the yarrow pom. Me too. Do you just love this oil? I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen for a second and put myself up. Oh, there we go. So I don't know if you can, there we go. If you'll be able to see this on the screen, but the yarrow pom oil comes, can you guys see that? With a dropper, and it is very blue. So I'm going to just put it on my hand here so that you can see how blue it is. I don't want to drip it down onto my notes here. This is what makes it, oh, I probably just dropped it on my nose there. So I'll go back to sharing the screen. Okay, let's go back to yarrow pom. There we go. So you saw how blue it was. What makes it blue is the chamazoline in the yarrow pom, which is really great, powerful chemical in the oils. I'm just going to I put it on my forehead a lot because it's where I have the wrinkles there. And on you know, the eye area, the crow's feet in the eye. It is great for tightening the skin, and it's probably, oh, it smells good too. And it has such a great feel to it. I use this quite often, and You can put it into your moisturizer, but to be honest, it's so like rich and luxurious feeling that I just put it right on my skin direct. I don't personally don't put a carrier oil in there. Yeah, it really, I have been using these products for the past 3-4 years. Well, I've been in the doTERRA business for 3 years now, and I've been using products for over 4 years. I was probably using the products for 1.5 years before I got into the business side of doTERRA. And I have to say that I think my skin at 53 years old is better than it was in my 40s. So there you have it. So those were some of our oils, and I'll just talk about a few other things and tips. Let me go to the next slide though. All right, so 2 of my favorite skincare products to have on hand. Well, it's hard to pick a favorite. I have so many. There's the Yarrow Pom that I just shared with you, and also the Immortelle, which is the anti-aging blend. So the Immortelle has frankincense in there, and oh, I can't even remember all the oils that are in here, and I can't read the bottle right now. But it's chock full of quite a few. Oh, it has myrrh in here. It has helichrysum, it has rose, it has practically, sandalwood, lavender. It has quite a few of the things that we've already talked about today in a roller ball already. So you can easily take it and, make myself bigger again. You can take it, and I just take it and I go right by my eyes and under my eyes like that. All these products in one day. It's gonna be my skin's gonna be looking very good today. It is just such a very beautiful, you just rub it in, add it in there, oil. The other thing that this is really fantastic for is your cuticles. So especially if you have like, you know, your cuticles that are peeling or dry, you can just put some right on your cuticles. It's very magical for that too. So one of the things that you can do, sort of this little departure from the oils, but one of my favorite tools is this, put that up there, which is a jade roller. So you can get this, I don't know, not from doTERRA, you can get it on Amazon or something like that. And you can actually put on your oil and then just use the roller to kind of give yourself a little skin massage. You can do, you know, all those spots, those like the trouble spots. There's a little end as well. You can do it right under the eyes. So I love to do that when I do my skincare routine. Ooh, jade roller. Jen, you have a jade roller too? Isn't it awesome? So one nice thing you can do with this actually, and I can't say that I do this, but you know, it's a good idea. It's one of those things that seems like, oops. I'll get back to the chat. Yep, she's got her jade roller. You can actually put your jade roller in the refrigerator and leave it in there, and then after you do your skincare, grab it and then just use it, and it's cooling to the skin, and you couple it with some of these beautiful products. Your skin's going to be looking beautiful and glowing. So I love the jade roller. It's really an inexpensive tool, and I do like sort of a spa session for myself at least once a week. So often it's like Sunday early evening, and I'll do a little facial, and I'll do all my kind of little extra things, do a mask for myself, and I'll always use the jade roller. So I use it at least once a week. It would be great if you could use it all the time. That would be fine too. I don't know. How have you never done that before? Refrigerate them. It's supposed to be awesome. It feels good. I always think of it when I'm already in the tub. I'm a huge bathtub person. The other thing that I'm not going to get too far into, but another tool that you might try for your skincare. So I've been talking about the different ways you can use oils, and this tool is, you could combine it with your oil practices, is the dry brushing. So who dry brushes? In the comments, let me know. Jen, do you dry brush? So I'm not going to go into a lesson on dry brushing tonight, but you can Google it, dry brush on YouTube. There's a gazillion videos about how to do it. It's quite simple. She totally dry brushes too. I knew it. And you always want to be going towards your heart. But you can put, you want to get a natural bristle brush. And this is, you're not doing this on your face, by the way. I should probably preface that. You're doing it whole body kind of practice. When, you know, dry brushing, just like it sounds. But you can use some different oils with that. You can put a couple drops of oils on your dry brush. And one of the oils that I heard, I think it was another skincare person in doTERRA, she uses the DDR Prime oil. So that was not one that I featured today, because today we were really looking at just basically straight oils. But DDR Prime is a blend, and it is actually a supplement in doTERRA, but it comes as an oil as well. And you could use that DDR Prime oil and you could brush with that. It is a cellular repair complex, so you know this is going to be really healthy for your cells. So another practice, make me small again, that you could try is creating some body butter. So if you've done any webinars with me before, I often mention that I really do not think I was ever a DIY person. I'm not super crafty. I've got all these other wonderful, talented, crafty people in my family, but I did not get the crafting gene. So I did not think DIYs were for me, but I am a big fan now, and they are so super simple and so affordable. And this is a great way to make sure that you know your ingredients. So similar to cooking, right? When you cook at home, you know what's in your food, right? When you buy a takeout from somewhere, you have no idea what's really in there. So a great easy body butter is 2 parts shea butter, 1 part coconut oil, and that is more of the solid coconut oil, not the fractionated that I've been talking about, solid coconut oil, and 1 part liquid carrier oil. So it could be coconut as well, or jojoba, or olive oil, or sesame oil. So you're gonna melt the shea butter and coconut oil in a double boiler, and then let it cool for like a half hour, and then you're gonna stir in the liquid oil, and then you add whatever essential oils that you want. So you can change your smell anytime. And then you're gonna just whip it up till it gets to be like a butter-like consistency. So really that would not take you any time at all. And you can just put it into a glass jar and you'll have your own body butter. So something super simple like that, you can make it in just a very short time, all natural, and very affordable when you use the oils. Go a long way. And Marianne says nice for gifts too. That is a great idea. Definitely a great idea. So, and doTERRA also sells a body butter, which I personally love, so you can always just buy it. But it's fun to make stuff, and if you're making something for a gift, that's also just really another way that I've begun to embrace the DIYs, because, you know, something personally made is awesome. All right, so my next screen is just a quick little, like I said, I'm not an esthetician, but I just wanted to give, because I always was wondering with all these products, like, what is the order that you use them? What do we do? So here's just a quick rundown: cleanse, tone, target, and moisturize. So you want to obviously start with clean skin. A good cleanser or a fully exfoliating scrub is important. And oh yeah, the honey face mask is good too. I make that as well. I'll make one of those. So cleansing first. Exfoliating, you don't want to do every day. Actually, you maybe want to exfoliate, you know, a couple times a week, but not every day. But cleansing, of course, we're going to do every day, getting the makeup off if you wear it. And then a toner, which is going to help with your pores and getting rid of any dirt. And then targeting, for me, I always think of the eye cream in particular. So the examples here are giving you a few of the doTERRA already made skin products that you could consider using for these different areas. So it could be the tightening serum, it could be the anti-aging cream, or the brightening gel, or it could be all of them depending on where your skin is, right? And then finally, moisturizing. And you might change up the moisturizers that you use depending on the season even. I love the hydrating cream, and I use that one a lot. but I just like that more, you know, like this really creamy texture. I like that. It is a pretty creamy moisturizer. So if you want something a little lighter than that, you may do, you know, try something different. So I'm just going to spend a moment to go through a couple of our skincare collections, just so you can see, because they do contain all these oils that were mentioned tonight are, not sure about oregano, but are in these one way or another. So one collection we have is this wonderful collection that I would say is especially good for more mature skin or kind of like aging skin a little bit. It's good for anybody, but there is the anti-aging moisturizer in here and the anti-aging eye cream. Everything is also sold individually. So if you don't need any anti-aging moisturizer, you can buy these a la carte. But this all does come as well in an entire collection if you are looking to kind of shift your products. What I found when I started looking at the chemicals in our lives is that, you know, I didn't feel like I could switch everything all at once, right? So, you know, I worked on replacing some skincare as things ran out. Then I started replacing some cleaning supplies as they ran out. Then I started finding ways to make some products as well to keep my costs reasonable. So you can do that. You can just say, you know, I think I want to replace my cleanser and, you know, start there. Or you might be someone who likes to jump all in and say, I just want a whole new skin routine. Maybe you hit a milestone birthday, or, you know, all of a sudden you're starting to pay attention to your skin. So this is a great family of skincare products. They all have the essential oils in them, many different ones to choose from there. The newer version of skincare is the Virage skincare, and this is really good for like all types of skin. So it doesn't matter if you have older skin, it's good for any dry, oily combination. It's a great one as well. And there's just 4 easy steps. I actually started with this system, which I really do love still. I have products from both, and I kind of mix and match. But then I wanted to get some of the anti-aging things, so I kind of switched to the other system. But this is also a really lovely one that you can purchase as a collection or individually. And then there's one that I didn't have a picture of, but it's called the HD Clear system. Only 3 products in that system, and that is for you know, breakout skin that is prone to breaking out. So if that's you, then you want to maybe investigate the HD Clear collection. But so just wanted to quickly make you aware of the skincare products that we have, and then finally, any conversation about our skin would not be complete if we didn't think about internally as well, right? Our gut health and our digestion has a lot to do with how our skin appears. And we've got lots of different supplements, but the crown, you know, the crown in the supplement category is our Lifelong Vitality, which is a cellular vitality complex, an essential oil omega complex, and a food nutrient complex. And we have 7 million customers, well over 7 million customers in doTERRA. We are an essential oil company, and this is our #1 selling product. Go figure. And it's really because it has been a game changer. I know for me, I'd love to hear for those of you who do take it, if you have any great testimonials about it. And healthy skin really comes from the inside out. So irrespective of what skincare products we're putting on our face, we still also need to be doing healthy things inside our body as well. And so if you are a doTERRA customer and you have not tried the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I challenge you to try it for 30 days. The box is a 30-day supply. You may want to do a half dose, which would give you 2 months in this box. I started out myself with a half dose, and then I ultimately worked up to a full dose. And just see what happens after 1 month of using this taking this Lifelong Vitality. And so I mention it because in addition to better sleep, more energy, less inflammation and chronic pain in my body, what I also know that this combination does is really give you healthy skin, hair, and nails, which is why I decided to include it at the last minute. Marianne says, I use the LLV, it's a must-have for me. Yeah, me too. I definitely notice if I don't take it, and so that's why it's on my list of must-haves as well. And it is wonderful for your skin, hair, and nails. I used to have terrible nails, but my nails grow so much better and stronger now. And I love it, but I can't use the omegas. I'm on blood thinners. My doctor says no. Ah, interesting. I'll have to research that a little bit. Well, you know that you can buy you can buy these individually. So if you were interested in the other two, you can buy them a la carte and not get the EO omegas. So good point to bring up. And always check with your doctor, of course. So yeah, no discussion of skincare would be complete without at least addressing that. And there's so many more directions we could go on that. Like I said, we have an entire line of supplements, an entire line of spa products that we would use on our skin. But what I wanted to focus on today is the individual oils and how you can incorporate them. So let's say you've got a nice, you know, natural skincare product that you like, and you just want to add a couple drops of frankincense to that, or add some geranium, and then you can use these individual oils to enhance and up-level what you're already doing. Or something like I just have to do it one more time. Something like the rose. Ah, so beautiful. So as we wrap up tonight, I just want to mention one more thing. If you are watching this in June 2019, so these usually go up in our archives. They're going to be available for a while. But if you happen to be watching in June 2019, we have a wonderful promotion, whether you are a new customer or a current customer. There are 3 free oils available for you this month. If you place an order of 200 PV, which is product value, which is approximately $200 or more, you will receive a 15 ml bottle of Balance, which is a lovely grounding oil. Balance was the oil that someone first shared with me when I got involved in essential oils, and it is still my favorite. I love it on the bottoms of my feet. It's calming and grounding, and when I'm feeling anxiety, I really especially like it. And I just love the smell of it, and I can use that for perfume rather than spraying toxic perfumes on my thyroid, which can cause a lot of problems. Also, a 10 ml roller bottle of Past Tense. Past Tense is great for tension. It's the tension relief blend. So whether it's head tension, muscle tension, it's already in that roller ball for you, and you can rub it right on. Aroma Touch is the massage blend. It's another great one for relaxing. I personally love it in my diffuser at night. It's got a nice mix of different oils, and the oil that stands out for me in that blend is basil. It has some basil in it, and I love basil. And basil is really supportive for the adrenals. So I love to take this massage blend and massage it on my adrenals for another wonderful way of giving myself a little self-care. So if you decide to order skincare, or you just want to get started with any oils, and you do that this month with a 200 order, you will get these 3 oils for free, total value of $68, I guess. So that is that's a nice little gift that doTERRA gives us. So many generous promotions, and it's a way to try some other oils and grow our collection of natural solutions. This one they're calling Refreshing Relief, because all of these oils really can create a lot of calming and soothing and balancing in the body. If you need any assistance to place a order, if you are a customer, or you're not a customer and you need assistance to get some oils, you can certainly reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. So that concludes, we're just like perfect timing. It's 8 o'clock right now. Our Transform Your Skincare Routine with Essential Oils presentation for tonight. I hope you were introduced to a few oils that you might want to try and experiment with for beautiful, glowing, radiant skin. Stay tuned. We have new webinars coming on all the time. And for those who are currently customers, we're running a brief Facebook event starting on Wednesday called How to Get the Most Out of Your Membership. We are going to be highlighting perks with doTERRA. We actually came up with 13 perks in doTERRA. So if you've got an account, please reach out to me. We are also giving away some prizes. And if you are a customer of mine, I've got a special little gift as well. And that is on Facebook. And all you do is go to the Facebook event and read through it. So it'll be 16 posts. They're going up on Wednesday, and they will be up there until next Monday for you to peruse. We've got videos from many of our leaders to show you how you can get the most out of your doTERRA account. There are lots of ways that you can get some free product and get some information, and also earn points. A lot of people, I look at I'm in the business side. Most of our customers are not on the business side. I look in my back office all the time, and there are people that are leaving money on the table all the time. They don't even realize that they could either get some commission or that they could have gotten a free oil if they had, you know, maybe if their order was $5 more, if they threw in a bar of soap, they could have gotten like these 3 oils. It's amazing. So we don't want you to leave money on the table. We want you to get the biggest bang for your buck. So check that out. And we're very excited for you to transform your skin, to get rid of those chemicals when we can, and to, like I said, have radiant, glowing skin. So thank you so much for listening, and enjoy your evening.